Welcome in, everyone. It is brandinimojo, Tribal Awakening Ministry, and welcome to my channel. Tonight, I have full moon in Scorpio 2020 energy update for the Divine Collective. You know, I was just sitting here trying to channel, get the cards smudged and shuffled for the reading. So I'm going to use several different decks tonight. I'm going to use the Chakra reading cards by Rachel Charman, the Moonology cards by Yasmin Bowen, the Queen of the Moon Oracles by Stacey DeMarco, the Tarot de la Nuit, and I'm going to use the Classical Witches Tarot. So, to start off, this super flower moon is going to be in conjunction with Taurus tomorrow night. And tonight, honestly, is why I'm doing this reading. It's the best night for the energy, to tap into this energy and see where we're at. Actually, this is going to be a lot of things that are going to be deeply emotional for the collective right now. We'll be probably taking a look into that and seeing what's going on for the masculine and for the feminine sides, and for the collective, what they're dealing with mutually. Okay, so basically this moon is about endings, you know, and coming in with cleansings and detoxifications. And since this is the last supermoon of 2020, now would be the time to purge all that you can purge at this particular time, because this is going to be boosting your energy until the end of 2020 and coming into 2021. So Saturn is definitely going to most definitely be in retrograde at this point in time from now and until October. So most definitely from now until October. What we're going to see coming in over the next 4 to 5 months. Okay, so yeah, with that being said, you know, this moon is also going to be preceding another series of ecliptical happenings. So I'm really interested to see what's going to be popping up for the collective over the next several weeks, couple of months. You know, there's a lot of different analogies popping up at this particular time right now, like, you know, how the forest leaves look so beautiful, and, you know, pretty soon all of the autumn colors are going to be coming in. There's just beauty to be found when things come to an end, so new perspectives are on the horizon. And as we start to feel a sense of calm, which is up and coming pretty soon, for everybody that's been in that energy of wondering, you know, like, when the fuck is this dark night of the soul going to end, or when is all this fucking darkness and chaos going to stop? We're coming out of that period. So a lot of sadness and a lot of these depressive things that we've been carrying around lately, you know, it's going to just, we're going to start to feel you know, a sense of calm and relief from some of those things. So a lot of us may be actually feeling a lot of this mourning energy, because, you know, we may be experiencing losses at this particular time. Friends, family members, jobs, home situations, you know, friendships, you know, a lot of things that have, it's basically saying, you know, divine is basically saying that for these endings to surface at this particular time, you know, it's that final shedding. There's something in this final period that we need to shed at this particular time, and however that may be transpiring in you guys' lives, you know, that's that's for you to discern upon. But, you know, it's taking into consideration that even old parts of yourself might be dying right along with some of the old things and old paradigms, or people, you know, taking their exit of this world. You know, like I said, however, these, you know, losses may be occurring for you guys, what is really happening and taking place is this transition from endings to new beginnings. And a lot of it can carry a serious emotional weight with it, you know, like us going through that energy of, you know, releasing, you know, emotional baggage that's, you know, making us feel like we're about to drown, you know, like it's really heavy and it's ecliptic. You know, yeah, the pun was intended there. But anyway, just a lot of us have been in this energy of like when it would just, all I need to do is just to breathe, you know. So when am I going to have my moment where I can just breathe? And so Spirit's kind of coming in to say that, you know, here pretty soon we're going to be able to take that breath, you know, that long awaited breath that we've just been waiting for, you know. And so another thing that's going to be coming up for us right now is the fact that while we also have endings, you know, things that we were once illusioned to are actually coming up to the surface for us to not only understand, but to understand about why things had to end or why things had to happen a specific way. You know, there may be, we may be coming out of that energy where, you know, we were going through situations where we didn't understand why we were going through them. And so, like, the fact of the matter is, like, we were going through this energy and it was kind of treated as if it was like an energy roller coaster ride. So, like, you don't really get to fully evaluate the experience until you get off the fucking roller coaster. So that's kind of like the way that my spirit guides are kind of channeling that to me right now, and what I'm seeing in my mind's eye. Um, it's like getting off that roller coaster ride and finally evaluating, you know, the ups and downs of the scary points, or, you know, the points of lesson learned. Like, you know, like, I'm not going to get back on that motherfucker ever again kind of energy, or, you know, lessons, however you guys resonate with the message. So yeah, it's like getting off that fucking roller coaster and making that flat out decision saying, you know, like, yeah, that was fun while it lasted, but I'm not going to fucking get back on that motherfucker again, you know, because in all actuality, you're fucking scared to death the whole entire time, and you're like, your asshole is sucked up to, you know, your fucking cheekbones, and you're like, see, you're in for the ride of your life, more or less. But it's like you get to climb off the roller coaster, you know, and evaluate the ride, and you're like just ready to take a fucking deep breath and just, you know, chillax after that whole little event. So basically, at this point in time, it popped up in the Divine Feminine reading the other night, going through this battle of illusions right now. And it's not really a battle of illusions, but to have more clarification with this full moon energy coming in, it's just more clarification to coming in right now at this particular time. Like, anything that we were once illusioned about is now coming to light during this point in time. So there was a quote that I found, and it says, don't grieve, for everything that you love comes around in another form. For everything that you love comes around in another form. And this is a quote by Rumi. So it's basically saying that whatever we've been battling or struggling with, it's over now. It is done. This is the perfect time to surrender burdens of the heart and of the mind. So we may be extra sensitive and moody under this scorpionic energy. So it is a very important time for us to be protecting our energy shields, and our auric bodies at this particular time. A lot of people may be actually astral traveling, dream walking, dream work, shadow work may be very prominent at this particular time, for the collective. A lot of DNA activations are taking place. A lot of the downloads that we are getting are in our sleep, which is why some of us might actually remember dream messages where we're actually talking with celestial beings. We actually might, at this point in time, remember astral travels, bits and pieces of astral travels. You may see dreams. You may be having dreams of super intelligent technology. At this particular time, you are actually just remembering things that you are doing in other dimensions at nighttime while your physical body here in the 3D world has shut down. You're unplugging from the matrix, and so you guys actually might be having some remembrances of these experiences that you're having, out of body experiences that you're having at nighttime at this period of time. So let's see, another thing that was going to be necessary on the last night of the full moon of this year is going to be allowing yourself to find the beauty in whatever endings have come your way in 2019 or the early parts of 2020. So making peace through the grieving process that you guys might be enduring right now. Also allowing and honoring the new beginnings that are going to be paving the way through some of these painful experiences that you've had. And just like rich colors of autumn leaves, also as the sun sets, we see every day that we can find the beauty in endings. So it's like as the day ends, we can find the beauty in the day ending. And as a new day dawns, we find the beauty in the new beginnings as well. So, you know, that was just a quick little message that I wanted to start you guys off with before I started pulling cards. And breathe in that good shit and exhale that bad shit, guys. Breathe in the good shit. Exhale the bad shit. All right. On a serious note, I would open myself up to this reading and to the collective with a circle of perfect love and perfect trust. Connecting myself to the divine source of the universe, to my spirits, my ancestors, my way showers, and my guides. Please allow me to be a clear channel for the collective tonight, and let's get some energy updates for what is going to be happening during this beautiful supermoon, and how can we utilize this energy for our healing and for our highest good. So with that being said, let me get some of these card decks out of the way. I'm going to probably start us off. I'm going to start us off with the Chakra Energy cards. We're going to see what energy the Divine Masculine is in, what energy the Divine Feminine is in right now, and what energy the collective, what is going on between these light bodies and happening mutually within the collective right now. So, yeah. All right, so, whoa, how are we going to do this? Spirit. Alright, so give them one good shuffle. Okay, maybe two. Get two good shuffles. I see the self-mastery card at the bottom of the deck to start us off. Leveling up in self-mastery, guys. Spiritual alignment. This is also, this is solar plexus energy, which is right there at the seat of your belly. All right, so this is like overall collective energy with self-mastery here. So what energy is the Divine Masculine in right now, Spirit? What energy is being focused in the Divine Masculine's light body right now? So yeah, we'll just, yeah, that's right. That felt right. So dreams, there we go, dreams. That is third eye chakra energy. The Divine Masculines are going through a very intuitive time, actually. So for the divine feminines, I guess this is for the divine masculines. Okay, so there's a second card that wanted to come out. For the divine masculine's energy, overall we have dreams, which is third eye chakra, and we have grounding, which is earth chakra energy. The earth chakra would be underneath your feet, guys. 3 feet into the ground from your feet would be where the earth chakra energy resides, which is why it's always good. Divine masculine, if you are getting a lot of intuitive downloads and you feel a little off balance or off kilter right now, it is always a good thing to go outside barefoot and clear out that earth chakra energy for yourself, and it will begin to give you some clarification to some of the dreams that you are having. It's also probably good in the morning, like if you order after a nap, or after you've had a very prominent dream, because underneath here you have the I am presence, which is signifying to me that these are third eye and crown chakra openings for the divine masculine at this particular time. So it's always going to be good, divine masculine, whenever you wake up, or after having a very prominent dream or dream downloads, DNA activations in your sleep. If you're feeling a little off kilter, it's always good to go outside and maybe before you have a shower, stick your feet in the dirt or walk around in the grass. Usually early morning dew on your feet in the grass is usually a good way to transmute energy that you may or may not understand, or to actually just ground out this earth chakra energy here underneath your feet, which is going to give you more stability in your crown and third eye chakras. Okay, so it's always a good thing when you have a higher level chakra opening to ground with the lower levels. And so they're telling you to ground in the earth chakra, which is go out and get your feet in the dirt. And so basically what they're saying is get grounded, get rooted in Mother Nature, even if it's just for 5 or 10 minutes. So this is going to give you some clarification. This is also a time to where you guys may be experiencing some prophetic dreams, or like I said, those astral travels, getting really in touch with the I am presence within yourself and within the cosmos. This can also, in side effects, sometimes it can also leave you feeling slightly depressed, which is why you're being guided to go outside and kind of ground the earth chakra energy. It's kind of just to release the sadness and maybe the lower level energies that you've been harboring. And so sometimes some of these energies can remain stuck in the lower level chakras. Like this could be trauma energy or energy of loss. And so, like the adverse effect to having a crown or third eye opening, it's going to be bringing up to the surface some energies of needing to. You may be getting tired. You may be feeling some sense of fatigue. You may be getting sleepier. You may be You may be in the mood to take naps. To get a lot of downloads and information like that at one point in time, you definitely need earth energy to help ground you out, which is going to be in opposition at this point in time for the masculines. It's going to be hard to ground yourself in nature at this particular time because the scorpionic energy is kind of at odds with Taurian energy at this particular moment during this conjunction. So it may be everything that you need to go outside and get into nature, divine masculines, but at the same time, it may be a hard push to kind of get you out in nature at this particular time because you may be experiencing some extra tiredness. The divine feminines kind of got hit with that like at some point last week, but it may be starting to mirror into the masculine energy at this point in time. So that's just another message for you guys. And see what we have going on in the collective right now. Or no, I'm gonna move to the divine feminines. What is going on with the divine feminine energy at this point in time, Spirit? Okay, so we have determination, which is solar plexus energy. So the divine feminines are kind of having some openings happening with the anywhere from the solar plexus. I'm gonna sit, like, I'm really feeling lower level chakra energies for the divine feminines. Right now we're clearing out some lower chakra energies. Then we have inner strength, which is right next door to determination, and in the determination card you have salmon swimming upstream, which is their battle to get back home into their seat of power. More solar plexus energy here with the inner strength card. This is also the number 14, which adds to the number 5. There is a change in the strength department going on for the divine feminine, so a lot of solar plexus energy happening. This is very powerful energy. And to mirror the divine masculine, we have the death energy, which is rebirth. Okay, so the divine feminines are feeling effects of the divine masculine, the loss that the divine masculine is feeling right now. But we're more in that energy of rebirthing. It's more like the Empress card, or here we have the moth or butterfly, which is going to symbolize some transformation. But this is also as well for the divine feminine, needing to go in and grounding that solar plexus awakening, or the DNA activations that are happening with the divine feminine's solar plexus, are definitely needing that earth energy, that Taurian energy, to go in and ground this out, so that we can bring some of this energy into balance here with the determination and the inner strength. So you have the divine masculine, who's really stepping into his intuition and his I am presence, which is really signifying that he's definitely standing in his intuition, where the divine feminine is definitely standing in her power. So we have the grounding and rebirthing energy for the two of them, and collectively together you had the energy of self-mastery. And after the shuffle for divine masculines and divine feminines, for the collective, you also have this heart chakra opening here. That is, what I'm hearing from the angels is saying that this is a good time for the soul mastery. It's the soul mastery, divine wisdom of unconditional love happening in the collective right now, which is good. And underneath that you have the energy of play, which is the sacred energy of play is connecting to divine wisdom, and the sacred energy of play together is what creates this inspiration for unconditional love to unconditionally flow from one source to another, which is really good to see in the collective energy. So we have a lot of heart chakra energy opening up for the collective at this point in time. You know, a lot of people are gathering the inspiration and allowing the downloads of divine wisdom coming in through that soul star chakra. And naturally, like, I'm going to say it again, you know, that's absolutely beautiful energy to see within the collective, considering, you know, the dark times that we have been facing as of late. You see a lot of people coming together. A lot of people are, you know, opening up that state of unconditional love, because we all know that the world needs it at this particular time, which is amazing. So again, they wanted me to touch, what I wanted to touch on is this energy. They're telling me, you know, like, we're going from the caterpillar to the butterfly. And it's kind of like, now at this point in time, this beautiful butterfly gets to emerge from the darkness. And there was a lot of that energy, you know, talking about, like, I shared this meme earlier, and let me find it. It says, I don't know, it just really, really fits with this card to me. This is about that divine feminine and divine masculine integration within the self, and this is for the entire collective. So It says, can we please stop associating darkness with evil? Close your eyes. Dream state meditation is darkness. The night sky is the universe at all times. Which these cards are dark to me. So grounding in this rebirthing energy right now is about darkness. It's coming out of the darkness and planting a seed in the ground that sprouts. It was planted in the darkness, so it grew in the darkness. The new life that a mother carries, the child that is formed in the darkness. Darkness is the breeding ground for creation. So what are you afraid of? And who taught you how to fear that? So that also may be a topic coming up for the Divine Collective at this point in time, as a togetherness energy that we are sharing at this particular moment. We all go through our individual battles, but we also go through a collective energy that we all share as well. So that was brought up. That was something that I shared earlier on Facebook, and so it really resonates right now with this clearing out of the old. So fighting those fears and facing those fears, going through these dream transmutations and standing in the I am presence for those of us that are balancing that masculine energy from within, and then going from determined and finding our inner strength through the rebirthing process, and learning how to ground ourselves in these spiritual awakenings on this journey at this particular time on a daily basis. So between you guys, or between, both energies in the collective, you have this shared energy for divine life purpose, which is throat chakra energy. So what is happening in the collective is allowing the feminine from within to gather that determination to keep persevering and finding inner strength on the rebirthing journey, and learning how to, it's basically doing shadow work and connecting yourself to your higher presence. Like some of these astral travel remembrances, you're remembering that your spirit may hold a different kind of rank or energy out there in the cosmos. So while you're on an astral journey, you guys may have some remembrance of these things that are happening to you, and this could be for the masculine development. And these energies are functioning in a mirrored way to allow that throat chakra to open and speak one's truth, or step into one's own authenticity, which is life purpose. What is it that we're here for, or what is it that are you experiencing right now on your particular journey? What are you having to ground through, and what are you rebirthing through at this particular time? Is everything that's guiding you towards your life purpose, more or less. And this reveal is happening at this particular time for the collective. So this is the purpose, this is the meaning of everything that we're transmuting right now. And some of these things, like I said, for however some of these awakenings and losses, and where it is in this rebirthing process that you guys are having to release grief or sadness or depression, or things that didn't work out, or just changing cycles altogether. Now is that time where it's time to get rooted and grounded within nature and within yourselves, so that you can be more on that level of understanding, what your higher purpose is. This is more for your soul healing. So we also have some sacral chakra energy coming out to play here with this creativity card. So what I'm getting here is, if this is a way of saying that everyone is creative in their own way. And from that embodiment of creation, like I said, we create from the darkness. So anything that, like from hidden talents to talents that you already have, or that you've already been enhancing over the years, this is now the time to rebirth yourself in your own creativity, because this is a part of your life purpose. So for those of you that are musicians, poets, writers of any kind, if you're painters, tattoo artists, if you are, whatever it is that stems and fuels your creativity is your direct connection to your life purpose and to the divine and what it is that you are really here for. So with that being said, again, underneath the deck, this is soul energy. So this is just to start us off with tapping into the energy and what is happening right now with this full moon in Scorpio. And how we can utilize this energy right now is by basically being creative and grounding ourselves in nature. And kind of just whatever it is that we are feeling in this particular time with this rebirth card. This can be for feminines or masculines. Like I said, we all have feminine and masculine energies from within, and those of us that lack, this is why we seek that comfort in knowing where that masculine or where that feminine energy is in the just within your reach. Okay, so it's just literally closing your mind and going into meditation and tapping into that energy and what it is that you have to heal within that energy. Okay, so like I say, energy is neither good nor bad, nor dark, nor light, nor feminine, nor masculine, but yet it is everything at the same time. So, like I say, I don't like to generally direct my readings, toward the divine masculine or toward the divine feminine in specifics because energy is fluid, okay, just like time is. So, like I said, a lot of our energy is completely binary to begin with. So to understand the word of binary means when you connect one or two or more parts to one whole general idea. So this is what I mean by saying we're all binary beings, which means we hold masculine energy and we hold feminine energy. So like I said, you can take this how it resonates, and I would always suggest that you take messages from both sides, the divine, the feminine, the divine masculine, the divine feminine, and for the collective, because you have an ability to be able to look at each part of the energy that you are experiencing and get more in depth to the understanding of how this is actually working within you specifically. Okay, so I just felt the need to just point that out just for a moment. So moving on. All right, next I'm going to get a message from Mythology. We're going to see what is going on, what else in the what are we dealing with in the shadow aspects from the Mythology. What are we dealing with in the shadow aspects of this moon energy for divine masculine energies? So for divine masculine energies, what are we dealing with in the shadow aspect of the collective? All right, we have surrender to the divine, which is full moon energy. Go figure. So if you are struggling within the masculine or the distorted masculine side of things right now, this would be the shadow self, or this would be the ego, right? Which is another word for the shadow self, which is ego. So whatever it is that you're having a hard time surrendering to the divine, it is time to release and surrender to the divine right now in this full moon energy. Underneath that, new beginnings are coming. Wow, go figure. How many times must I say that new beginnings are coming in this end? For the divine masculine, in order to surrender to the divine, there's something that the divine masculine must release at this particular time. We'll get into the tarot here in a minute to figure that out. Or, the next oracle that I pull for clarification will reveal. We'll find out. So, phases of the moon cards. We're going to find this phase of the moon card and read it. So, full moon. Surrender to the divine, the very word climax, brings all sorts of ideas and images to mind. Agreed, but It really is the feeling of this card. Life is coming to a head, to a point or a conclusion, to a turning point. There may be some kind of changes and possibly even some sort of emotional explosion. But tune into your emotions now and see what they're really telling you. They're very likely close to the surface. So no matter when in the moon cycle you pulled this card, matters will soon conclude and you'll find out whether or not your wishes were going to come true. The odds are ever in your favor, as this is a positive card, but you may be needing to work harder than usual to keep cool as events unfold. So the attuning to this card is, I am getting the answers that I need. Additional meanings for this card is a wish you made may be about to come true. It's make or break time. There could be a sense of madness in the air, but breathe deep and stay calm. You may need to forgive someone to release negative energy. It is time to let go of the past and definitely move on. So the teaching of this card marks the climax of the lunar cycle, making this card something of a power card. This full moon is oftentimes when the answers are given to questions asked during the new moon. And pulling this card at any time in the lunar cycle suggests answers will be coming your way before too long. Okay, so for divine masculine energy, this is about releasing some major shit, but knowing that some things that you have wished upon may be about to come true, or, it's make or break time, divine masculine. And also, a lot of us intuitives have been picking up the fact that there's some anger that needs to be released. So divine masculine energies, we know that you can hold the grudge from here to kingdom come, but it is time that if you were holding grudges or feeling any kind of that way towards someone, it is time to release that energy. That's why it is a very important thing, and why in the overall energy, guys, I saw this unconditional love card pop out for us in the collective, is for the fact that, you know, we're even supposed to love our enemies, guys. This is the point. We don't have to forget what the fuck someone did to us, but it's about releasing that energy and forgiving ourselves. Because if we're, like, most oftentimes holding on to anger or to grudges or holding on to some kind of lower vibrational energy that is really keeping us actually stuck by saying, well, that person did me really shitty and I just can't let go and I can't fucking forget what they did. Well, it's not really about forgiving or forgetting. It's not about forgetting what the fuck they did to you, because we know that some people can do some really fucked up things. But the point is about finding the beauty in the lesson and releasing that person to a state of unconditional love, saying, you know what, you may have fucked me over worse than anybody has ever fucked me over in my whole entire life. And I don't know how I can forget what the fuck you did, but you know what? I'm just going to have to forgive myself for being ignorant in the situation enough to trust you. And at the same time, I'm going to have to forgive and release this situation because I'm above this shit and there's no reason why I should be holding on to this energy anymore. Because all it's doing at the end of the day is really hurting us at the end of the day. So it's those kinds of energies right now that the divine masculine energy is being called to actually surrender to the divine right now. It's saying, you know what, I'm not going to forget what this person did, but I'm going to surrender this person to divine, and I'm going to surrender them to unconditional love, and I'm going to pray for them, because obviously if they did me wrong in this way or whatever, then I can just forgive myself for allowing that lesson to take place, and I'm going to forgive this person for um I'm going to honor this person for helping teach me this lesson. And it may be a lesson that you'll never repeat again, but it's the point of saying, I release this negative energy to the void, and from the void, from the darkness, I will be reborn, and I'm going to use this energy to create whatever it is that I need to create in my life purpose. Okay, so this is basically what the message is saying for the divine: to heal the distorted masculine energies from within the ego space, or from in the heart space, or from in the head space. Right now, this is what is being called forward to heal within the shadow aspect of the self right now, from the divine masculine's perspective. So it is the divine masculine perspective that needs to go in at this particular time and forgive and release some things from that state of unconditional love by saying, you know what, I love this person unconditionally, and I will let the cosmos take care of this person. I will release them from this expectation of thinking that I could trust them, or I release them from this expectation of unconditional love because they may not know what, unconditional love means. So at this point in time, when we lose somebody and this person is actually still waking and, awake and alive in existence, and we're not necessarily losing them to an actual physical death or something like that. It's about just being able to release that energy with unconditional love into the cosmos and back into the void so that you can free up this creative energy that's been stagnant from within. Okay, so let's get another message for the divine feminine side of things. So what is it in the divine feminine shadow right now? What is it in the feminine shadow aspect of things that is being brought up to the surface to be healed right now at this particular time? What is it that the divine feminine is facing within the shadow self? Spirit? Whoa, that's a lot, guys. I'm not taking all those cards. So let me make sure that only one came out. Okay, so confidence is your key to success. This is New Moon in Leo. Confidence is your key to success. And so underneath the deck it is, what do you need to release in order to be divine feminine? What is it that you need to release in order to be more confident? Let me make sure that I didn't have another card fly out into the floor somewhere, because I have a really bad habit of doing that sometimes, and then I'll find the card like a fucking week later and I'll be like, holy shit, hidden cards, hidden messages. Okay, so anyway, confidence being the key to success, New Moon in Leo. There's been a lot of Leo energy popping up in the collective lately. I've been seeing a lot from multiple readers, multiple channels, multiple energies. A lot of Leo, Sagittarius, Aries energy coming out. A lot of Taurian energy, a lot of Gemini energy in the air right now. A lot of Libra energy as well, with the Justice and Judgment flying around a lot. Okay, so let me see. New Moon in Leo. The message of this card, though, is going to have, this is about the start of a new cycles and having confidence. When you're going to look to feel more gorgeous, more in the spotlight, more like you have something worth showing off. So this is about you guys, no matter what sign you are. It's just taking a little bit of wisdom from the Leo collective here, guys, or from the Leo celestial signs. Leos are very, very confident when it comes to bagging whatever it is that they want in life. So it's kind of saying that the energy of Leo here, which is also I very much gather in the Strength card, which would be number 8 in numerology, infinitude, in infinite meanings, is drawing from that space of cosmic confidence. And this is something that Leos are very good at embodying, but they're also generating that to other people. So if you've got Leos in your corner, honey, bag that Leo right quick for some inner sunshine, because I guarantee you be around a Leo for about 5 minutes, and I guarantee you'll fucking gather all the confidence that you never thought you could muster just being around this person. But if anything, it's just kind of being in the mindset to be confident like the lion, and channeling that animal totem energy of the king of the pride, being that lion who's confident enough to know that when he goes out to hunt, he's going to bring home, he or she, because like I said, in lion energy, you're talking, when you're channeling animal spirits here, if you're channeling masculine or feminine lion energies, you've got hunters on both sides. So these animal energies are very instinctual when it comes to confidence. They don't really think in terms of, when I go out and hunt today, am I not going to be successful, or am I going to be successful? They don't think like that. So these hunters are very skilled in landing down their targets, and pretty much, you know, when it comes to the prey, or I'll just say the target, they're pretty good at pouncing on their targets. It's like they'll land on it with absolute confidence. So it's basically just channeling for yourselves that Leo energy to give you that boost of confidence that you need, if you want someone or something's attention, or if it is something's attention that you're going after. You know, it just means to be proud of who you are and what you have to offer this world. So it's thinking of yourself as a king or queen and carrying yourself accordingly to your thoughts. So this card is also a great omen for if you're asking about creative projects or working on alternatively, whatever it is that you're working on, it's going to herald good news for you. It's the start of you in a new life, or it could be for your children. So this is also about legacies, building legacies and being successful. And it's also, when you're tuning to the moon energy, this is about allowing yourself to open up and have fun, make time for play. That's also why that heart chakra energy came out too with the chakra cards. You had the energy of love, divine wisdom, and play all at work together in synchronicity. So this is also about time for you to show the world what you've got, shine your light, have some pride in yourself, spoil yourself a little bit because you've earned it. This is also how, you know, this is also determination for, you know, self love and self determination, and a new boost of strength because this is what you've earned. So this is about you knowing that whatever it is that you set your eye on as far as the target, whatever it is that you're dreaming or aspiring to, having confidence and knowing that it's already yours, or that you're already coming into alignment with your life's purpose here. This is about being very visually creative and knowing that at this point in time, you're going to be extremely potent in your manifesting abilities at this particular time, because this last supermoon of the year is giving you this boost to create your life's purpose over the next 7 months. So this is about having some pride in yourself and knowing that whatever it is that you're working toward, you're earning it. So Leo's also the sign of the big and brave and hearted, the big and brave hearted lion, and being prideful in your showmanship and kind of flirting a little bit. The energy around, um, this energy around this card, whenever you pull it, is hot and generous. So this energy loves itself, and so should you. If you've been too much of a wallflower, this card comes as a reminder that you need to be proud of who you are. Okay, so this is about being determined and strong in this rebirthing process, being proud of who you are and who you've become. And this is about overcoming those life lessons of darkness and chaos. And when you come back to yourself, this is the beauty that you see from within. And it's a very beautiful process. And when you allow it to be, the creative energy that you release whenever you do these energy clearings, or whenever you have these levels of understanding, and you actually begin to roll with the flow of how this energy is working for you and how it creates these shadow blockages for yourself, you know. I guarantee you that the more that you start to utilize whatever tools it is that you're using, whatever methods like meditation or um, earthing, like going outside and grounding your feet in nature, or any of these other different things that you may find to utilize as tools to open up your creativity and release this energy. So, what we have going on basically for the overall creative, or for the overall energy of things, is what is it that you need to release? What is it that you need to release right now in order to fully serve your life's purpose to the highest good for your own creativity's sake? So it's time for you guys to meditate and contemplate on what it is that would bring you guys into balance. So it's going to be different for everyone. And so at this time, this point of reflection is most definitely going to be coming up for you guys right now. So moving on. I'm going to get one card from the Queen of the Moon Oracles. Queen of the Moon Oracles. Overall, we have change. And while I was shuffling and cleansing these cards, it landed at the bottom card, which is change. But before that, when I split the deck, the beauty card came out. And so the message that I got from that while I was shuffling this deck earlier was about finding the beauty in change. And even when it's, you know, devastating, and, you know, this is sometimes this is what change looks like, but this is what happens after the change. Beauty. You find the beauty in the chaos. Beautiful disasters. You know what I'm saying? And then here you have more butterfly energy. This is transformation. So this is what happens in the transformation, even though you might be in a period where things look really ugly and chaotic and like you're in a stormy, rocky fucking time right now. But this is what this transformation is really bringing about for all of you guys in the collective right now. And so I really thought that was beautiful. Just wanted to share that really quick with y'all. So right now, for the divine masculine energies, we have it's time to take action. This is kind of like that energy. And for the divine feminines, we have pleasure. For the collective, we have hunger. What is it that you're hungering for? Okay, so here in a moment, I'm going to get the tarot out. We're going to get some clarification to what it is that the collective needs to release and what it is that the collective is hungering for. What is it that the divine masculine needs to take action toward, and what is it that's bringing the divine feminine pleasure at this point in time? So underneath the deck, we have boundaries card, which is about setting and establishing healthy boundaries for oneself. Okay, so this is very, very important also at this time for both not only divine masculines, but divine feminines as well. It's always never too late and never a bad time to set healthy boundaries for yourselves and for, you know, new people coming in or people that are, you know, exiting because, you know, obviously there weren't healthy boundaries in the situation before. So this is about us reevaluating what is important and what is not, and with who is important and who is not important. I'm not saying that most people are not important, because everybody is important in their own way, whether they are teaching you a toxic lesson or a divine, beautiful, cosmic lesson. So at the end of the day, it's all cosmic. I'm just saying. So with the action card for the divine masculine, which is card number 15, I can't remember if you add 1 and 6 together what the number 6 means in numerology, but I have a feeling it's more about balance. So action is needed. And this is about self-love. No, wait, wrong card, my bad. Wow, I was thinking about the number 6 and I went to the number 6 card, which is not. Anyway. Okay, so this is about, oh yeah, okay, it's time to take action. Let go of your paralysis. Let go of your burdens, step by step. Sometimes we're afraid to move forward. This is natural. Change can be difficult. And if we've been hurt or have failed before, we are anxious about what may happen if we instigate change. Maybe we think it's easier and safer just to tread on some water for a while. Instead of taking joyful action toward the things that we truly desire, such as the writing of a book, undertaking studies, accepting new jobs, or seeking better relationships, we balk, we freeze, we do not take the steps that we could. And so we remain stagnant. This is what I was talking about earlier, guys, that stagnancy. Okay, so it doesn't matter if you're masculine or feminine at this point in time. Look at within the self. What is it that has been stagnating you lately? What is it that you need to take action toward? What is it that you need to release? And what is it that you're hungering for? Okay, so this is basically what that means. Just more clarification, guys, from your friendly neighborhood pain in the ass. Anyways, I'm just kidding. Instead of taking joyful action toward the things that we truly desire, this is why we don't grow. Okay, so this moon phase is encouraging us to embrace action. Action is a part of our humanity. And we are not made to hide and refuse to blossom, guys. So, the affirmation for this card for Divine Masculine Collective is, I am responsive and ready to take action. This is what you need to surrender to. Surrender to the fears of taking action toward your bliss, toward your happiness. Okay, whatever it is that fucking makes you happy in the moment, Divine Masculine, you're guided toward the things that are making you happy right now. So why stay stuck in fear instead when you could be surrendering to the divine, taking action, and singing and dancing toward what it is that makes you feel good for the highest good. It's also about being creative in those actions, you know? So most definitely, what are you afraid of? What are we afraid of, Divine Masculines? Okay, so Divine Masculine energy from within. I could ask the same question for myself, Divine Masculine energy within. What is it that you need to take action toward? For me, it's more toward the creative side of things. I do so many different creative things, it's not even funny, but mainly I'm a painter and I'm a writer. So I'm being guided to write more stories. I'm being guided to write more poetry and to express my thoughts and feelings and the things that I've learned more in a creative, writing, expressive way. So that's one of the things that is being brought up for me as an example. In my masculine energy, this is about clearing out that sacral chakra. Okay, the sacral chakra, the solar plexus energy, and the root chakra energies are masculine energies from within. So when I say that we all embody divine feminine and divine masculine energies, I mean it. Like, that's every part of that soul mastery chakra alignment. That's why you see a person with all of those chakras lit up. So we all have feminine and masculine attributes. And so masculine attributes function from the sacral, the solar plexus, and the root chakras, where the feminine functions more from the throat chakra, more from the third eye and from the crown chakras than anything. So mostly feminine. So this is where the masculine is at here. Releasing creativity, taking action toward his creative bliss, releasing those things that he needs to surrender to the divine. Taking action against fear, basically. If you have this fear to love, fuck it. If there's somebody that makes you fucking feel good, it's okay to embody that love for that person. Not saying that you've got to rush everything. It's not saying that you've got to rush yourself to heal from past broken shit. It's just saying that, be in the energy of feeling good and raising your vibrations. As long as it feels good to your higher self, as long as you are operating from, a non-codependent fashion, as long as you are meditating and contemplating upon what it is that you need to release in order to hunger for what it is that you're longing for in your dreams, your desires, and how you're going to, take action to bring your 5D wishes and wants into the 3D. This is what you've got to do. You've got to release fears and move forward toward what it is that you want. So if you want the 10 of Cups, if you want a happy family life, if you, if you really want to, if you really want somebody to have a family with or settle down with, if you really want those things, they're not beyond your reach. It's just saying, like, things might not have worked out with a certain person because they weren't the right person for you. It doesn't mean to give up on your dreams. It doesn't mean to just sit down and not take action toward the things that you want. You can't stay locked in a state of fear all your life, or you're always going to be in a stagnant place. That's what they're saying. So this is how we're going to transmute through that distorted masculine energy right now. It's by taking action toward the things that excite you and exhilarate you, even if it scares the shit out of you a little bit. It's kind of about taking that risk, For some people, it's about wanting to take a risk and go skydiving and shit like that. Like, that's basically overcoming an obstacle, that's overcoming a fear, and that's pretty much standing in the energy of, fuck it, I could die in the action of doing this, but fuck it, you only live once kind of energy. So it's about taking those risks and surrendering to the divine, that everything that you're doing is basically your intuitive journey and your intuitive self, your higher self, leading you on the journey, and that's perfectly okay. So with the hunger card for the collective, we have the meaning feels good. It says, feed the good and hope within you. There will always be a lean part of the cycle. Prosperity will come. Do not let your hunger blindly dictate your actions entirely. So it says, I recognize all that I hunger for. So it says basically that we also must recognize it in life. Just because a cycle, some things look a little leaner and less abundant or bright at times, it doesn't mean that they won't be brighter or more abundant at times. It's being resilient to trust that when you have down times, just know that you'll have good times. And what they're saying is that for the collective, for those of us that have been down and out, good times are coming to lift us up again. And we know that this cycle will soon be more bountiful, right now. This is what that means. So, but it's about being careful about what we nourish and what we feed within us. So we don't want to feed the ego. Basically, that's the message that the spirit guides are trying to give me, is that we don't want to feed the ego right now. What we want to do is we want to tame the ego and allow us to come out of this place of stagnancy by saying, I want the abundance, the abundant aspects of myself that can harm others and myself. I don't want that to be thriving right now. I want the good part of me to be thriving right now. The part of me that isn't afraid, the part of me that's confident, and the part of me that takes pleasure in life and lessons and the beauty in the chaos. And it's basically saying, like, with the sour also comes the sweet, you know? So this card really is about a grandfather talking to his grandchildren or his grandson about life. And he says, the first wolf gives darkness and despair and hate and jealousy toward sorrow, and the second wolf gives light and hope and hopefulness and kindness. He says to his grandfather, he says, I feel them fighting in me. And he says, what can I do, grandfather? So the grandfather says, my small son, these two wolves will always fight, and they will fight within each person. You're no different than the other, said the grandfather. But, said the boy, grandfather, which wolf will win? The grandfather answers, whichever wolf you feed. So what is it that you are needing to release, and what is it that you're feeding in your life right now? Are the things that you're feeding in your life right now worthwhile, or are they draining you of your life purpose and your creativity? So that's what we're being called to actually look at right now in the clearing of this energy and what's coming out for us all. So this is about definitely giving abundance to the aspects of the self that can harm. And, are we giving abundant aspects of ourselves that do cause harm? Is that why we're feeling drained in our energy? Is that what's keeping us from our creative life purpose? So that could be something that might be revealed here in a moment. But for confidence is key, you have the pleasure card moving in. And so this is about being able to ripple this happiness into others from the hunger that we feed. So what is it that we're feeding? Are we going to be feeding the ego, or are we going to be feeding the higher self at this particular time? My money's on the higher self, guys. I don't know about you guys, but just saying. So this is the card number 18. We have 1 and 8, which is 1, divine life purpose, divine messages from divine source, and number 8 being a number of infinitude. Also signifying that Leo energy there with the strength card, strength and inner determination. This is about being determined to let life be pleasurable instead of focusing on the negative all of the time. That's another thing about Leo energy, is that that's what we transmute. We transmute negative energy constantly. So a Leo definitely can't stand to be in the room with, negative Nancy's on a constant basis. It's just not feasibly possible for a Leo to be surrounded by that much negative energy at one time. So that's kind of what our empathic selves right now, why we're pulling empathically from the Leo energy at this point in time. So this may be why Leo energy is here for the collective at this point in time. It could be offsetting all of this scorpionic energy, which feels like, deathless death and fucking like I'm just dead inside kind of shit. So here comes the mighty Leo in to fucking bring in a spark of optimism and cheerfulness and a little bit of self-confidence for the collective. Thank you, Leo spirits. Anyway, this is about taking pleasure. Are you taking life too intensely or too seriously? This time has come to call in the pleasures of life. Seek lightheartedness at this time. Open love chakra, open heart chakras. So focus on what makes you happy and schedule in the activities that you find pleasurable. I just said that. It says I open myself up to the pleasures in life. In our search for a better life, something happened along the way. We forgot how to find real pleasure in what we do rather than just being diverted from every day. Life can be overwhelming and our rational minds tend to need every available minute of our time that we have available to cope with its demands. The pleasure has taken a back seat, and there's a pattern of it now forming. Destructive tendencies, such as binge drinking rather than simply having a wine or two with friends. Being a part of big pleasure is letting go. This does not mean surrendering or giving up. It simply means handing over all of our administration, stress, and worries for time and immersing ourselves in something joyful. When we don't allow ourselves to experience pleasure, whether in the form of laughter, play, or sensuality, the development of skills, we remain less than whole and feeling wanting. No fun. And that's what leaves us in that energy of feeling hungry and not in a good way. So over time, we're much less effective in our emotional and work lives if we do not experience regular doses of pleasure. So yeah, if you guys are forcefully keeping yourself from the pleasures in life, and this includes divine sensuality too, guys, this is about experiencing life levels from the highest self, guys. This means sharing is caring. And I mean in any aspect of life, okay? I'm not going to go into details there, but I'm just saying. Anyways, our ancient ancestors knew the importance of pleasuring in the form of a healthy mind, body, and spirit. So if you have a sexual partner that you can be healthily sexual with, by all means, get healthily sexual. If you have a friend that makes you laugh your fucking ass off, go fucking laugh your ass off with that friend. Go, do comedy therapy or some shit. Go out and have drinks with your friends, but don't drink in excess to the point where they have to fucking carry you, you know, to bed or help you, throw up and stuff. That's not cool. But, you know what I'm saying. There were gods and goddesses dedicated to happiness and the pleasures of life, okay, such as Dionysus, Aphrodite, okay, but Dionysus, we all know Dionysus can be a little self-indulgent. But, Aphrodite, Hathor, Isis, Horus, Zeus, Poseidon, they kind of dabbled in the pleasures of life too. Anyway, such as the Egyptian goddess Hathor. Oh, I just said that. The temples of Hathor were joyful places and full of songs and beauty. And dancers, I must say. I remember past lives. The temple of Hathor, I served in the temple of Hathor, thank you. Anyway, there was lots of dancing going on there. Anyway, there were even small temples placed in her honor outside other major deities' temples so that people could be in a happy, contented mental mood before entering to worship. The Egyptians clearly believed that having a positive or relaxed state of mind assisted in having a positive spiritual connection. Thank you. So a good healing for the stone to release, to take action in pleasure is turquoise. Just saying. For some of you. All right. So, divine feminine. Take pleasure. Take pleasure. Anyway, I'm just kidding. So yeah, you only live once. We need to release from fears that are keeping us in this energy of procrastination and stagnation. Most definitely. Having confidence, self-determination, internal strength, enjoying the rebirthing energy to take advantage of the bliss that comes in. Celebration with friends, celebrating yourself, celebrating life in general, opening yourself up to creativity and life purpose. And it is your pleasure in life to take action toward the things that bring you pleasure. So, Divine Masculine, what is your final message from Spirit here? What is your final message from Spirit, Divine Masculine? All right. Okay, so the Four of Swords and the Page of Cups. So allow yourself this healing, this time to heal, and allow these opportunities of new energies of love embodiment and happiness to come in, Divine Masculine. This is basically saying that while you're on your healing process, to tap into your inner child and that inner childlike energy of playfulness. This is what the Page of Cups is really about, inviting that energy of playfulness into your time of healing and taking action toward the things that make you feel flirty with life, or that's how am I new opportunities for love, new opportunities for friendships, new opportunities for you to be able to embody this energy of your inner child is going to be extremely healing for you on this journey. And any opportunities that you do get like this that come in for you, Divine Masculine, embody these things, because this is what is going to help you build in the Eight of Pentacles. This is what your inner desires you're already building toward. You need playfulness in your life. You need to open yourself up to the magic of, it's basically about opening yourself up to the magical possibilities of manifestation. So when you're in this inner child abilities, like, not only is it healing you, but it's actually really that it's a very beautiful energy to manifest in, and it's very solid and very grounding. That's what they want me to say. It's very solid and very grounding. So take action. That is what Spirit is guiding you in your, well, Divine Masculines, if you want to look at it this way, for the masculine energies that are watching. Being able to embody that inner child, that playful energy, that playful, childlike, loving energy from a manifestation magician standpoint. These are the tools that right now you need to heal and help you build in your journey towards stability. This is also about taking, I see the skull in the book in front of this man here. This is about ancestral knowledge, arcane knowledge, divine wisdom as well, in order to take what it is that you have divinely learned on your lessons, and from this playful, loving energy, being able to manifest new beginnings, new beginnings that are actually going to be more stable for you guys. So, yeah, that is really, really beautiful energy in the outcome for Divine Masculine energy. So, what do we have coming into fruition for the Divine Feminine? What is coming in for the Divine Feminine? The Ten of Pentacles. This is about a cycle of completion toward a family, happy family home. This is more stability coming in for Divine Feminine. Here, toward taking pleasure, taking action. This is the Knight of Wands, taking action toward the pleasures in life. And the Knight of Wands is about taking action toward pleasures. Okay, this could be sexual, this could be creative, this could be anything, freeing up that creative energy toward the Divine Feminine's divine life purpose. So a little bit of temperance here and moving into calmer waters. So this is about moving into calmer waters and being patient while moving into this action. This is about being patient. This is about thinking about things very carefully and methodically before you actually move in. This is about being more stable in your choices and taking action towards your desires. So the divine feminine is actually gaining instability from this action. This is mirroring the divine masculine's energy and need to be in his childlike innocence and his playful innocence, because the divine feminine is being tempered to calmly and intuitively and thoughtfully moving toward her desires, which would be the Ten of Cups. Cycle of completion, stability is coming in for divine feminine. This could be also rapid movement, rapid and well thought out movement in the divine feminine's corner. So what do we have for the collective for what do we release, and what is it that we are really hungering for? What is it that we are needing to release right now for collective energy? So the tower moment that is coming in for the collective right now is really about working on things that we have already been building. And this is doing this from the Queen of Cups energy, which is from a loving, intuitive, playful space. This is about nurturing the things that you have already been building, nurturing parts of yourself that are already well balanced and already where you've already put in work. So this is for the collective. So what it is, and the revelation that you guys need to be having right about now, is what you've already been putting in the work toward, the things that you've loved. Okay, so the energy of the Queen of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles is about putting in the work, putting in work toward the things that you love the most. Okay, so this is what it is that you're hungering for, is where you need to be moving, and what it is that you know why you're doing the work, and what it is that why you're releasing certain energies in order to move toward the things that you're really hungering for. And it's about building the things, building and growing from the things that you love the most, and nurturing those things because they're the most important things to us at this particular time. Okay, this is also a part of our life purpose. Our life purpose is to be creative. Our life purpose is to love. And so those things that we've already built and nurtured within ourselves, those are the things that it's the blockages that we need to release that are in our way, keeping us from being in this energy of building and loving ourselves, and nurturing all that it is that we love, which is the work that we put into things. So it's why we tend to do things a majority of the time. A lot of us find ourselves, doing things that we're absolutely miserable about, and that's another revelation that the collective may be having right now. Is some people may be finding that they're not in alignment with the things that truly make them happy. So a lot of people are making very catastrophic changes, which can bring down the house, but can also, once your house is destroyed, this is about rebuilding again, and building into love. So this is what we're clearing out, and what we're hungering for. This is what a lot of the collective is actually really hungering for, and what they're trying to surrender. They're trying to surrender that illusion of what they thought was making them happy, but moving into the reality of the things that really do make you happy, and nurturing the things that you really do love. Okay, so that's a pretty strong message. And the last message that I have for you guys is the message of the Hierophant underneath the deck here. This is about gaining a higher knowledge and a higher perspective. This is also about coming into union and unlocking the mysteries within yourself and gaining a higher knowledge and a higher perspective. This could be about people that are going back to school. This is about people that are thinking about taking on new learning courses of higher knowledge or higher education. This could also be about spiritual enlightenment and a marriage of sorts between yourself and spirituality. This is where you are spiritually opening yourself up to the changes and the divine wisdom that is coming in for you at this particular time. Underneath that, you have the Emperor, which is about standing in your power and your authority in order to collectively build your empire. Of course, no one can do that by themselves. You also have the World underneath that, which is a cycle of completion and new beginnings as well. Underneath that, you also have the energy of the Six of Wands. This is about coming into victory with your world. This is about coming into This is about your world finding itself exactly where it needs to be. This is also green man energy, which is most definitely, I'm still feeling that energy of Beltane. And so some of you guys are going to still be feeling that Beltane energy as well. For those of you that are manifesting love, careers, whatever it is that you guys are manifesting in your lives, you guys are divinely guided at this point in time to say just trust in the universe, because everything is going to turn out victorious for you. And then underneath that you have the 8 of Wands, which is about spirit messages coming in, action messages of change, coming into union with the things that you've been manifesting. Oh, this is beautiful. Beautiful. I'm going to get a final message for the collective just from one card of the Tarot de la Nuit, which is the Tarot of the House of Night. And I just want to get a final collective message for what the overall energy is. What is the highlighting message of this reading? What is the highlighting message of this reading, Spirit? What are we going to end this reading on? What note are we going to end this reading on, Spirit? A message from the Divine Feminine. All right, we have the Knight of Cups and the Moon. All right, ooh. So the final message is the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups. There we have the Queen of Cups twice. So overall, the energy, the message of the Queen of Cups. Message from the Queen of Cups is, can you see what I feel? Underneath her, damn, you have the Queen of Wands. And underneath her, you have the Star. So you have the Queen of Wands twice. Queen of Cups twice. Star card. This is about hope. Can you feel my emotions swirling around me? Don't mistake my sensibility for weaknesses. In my presence, you have to trust your emotions. I know the secrets of your heart, and I know that I am connected to your feelings. I open a window to your emotional inner world, and I have only but love and compassion for you. In return, I don't demand that you care for me. I demand that you care for those around you. As a queen, I have heavy responsibilities. I must watch over all my subjects. But in the same time, I mustn't lose my own self in the process by getting too involved. So I'm learning to control my emotions. This is your mission too. Find the right balance in order that your emotions become your crown and not your burden. So this is about compassion, goodness, warm, caring, finding the right balance, and swirling emotions. So this is about getting grounded and stable and creative. Being creative will help ground you out in this energy, guys, if you're feeling a little overwhelmed and emotional at this point in time. So for those of you guys that have been feeling like there's no hope, the Star card is here to give you guys hope. So with the Star, actually I'm going to read the Knight of Wands first. The Knight of Wands, or the Knight, no, it was the Knight of Cups, wasn't it? Sorry, my bad. The Knight of Cups says, I am a knight of the heart. This is using love as a compass. I am attractive because I know how to love myself as well as others. My quest is of love and romance. My heart is smarter than my head. That's why my emotions are the map I'm following, the guide as a guide through life. I'm always connected to my intuition, and I'm sending you an invitation to follow me. But if you wish to do so, you have to go by my rules. Don't just love and express your love. Don't just dream, manifest your dreams. This is for the Divine Masculine here. Now I know why that's there. So gather your loved ones and don't just hope. Fight for your passions, imagine and feel, but also act. Commit to the world and turn your ideas into something real with all of your heart. Let love, in the largest sense, be your strong and unique compass. Become a knight of the heart in your turn. Following the heart instead of the head on the quest for love, imagination is also about action, taking action. Divine Masculine. So there you have that. On the side of Divine Feminine, you have the energy of the moon, which is no surprise because the moon energy is feminine while the sun energy is masculine. So for the Divine Feminines, we have the moon card. Where my soul wanders, I look like a princess lost in a great garden. I know it is because I represent your inner shadows. The path to your soul is wandering along when fear blocks you. But the light of the moon tells us that it's now time to free ourselves, both you and I, from our anxiety and bad thoughts. Dig into your soul and go find the hidden truths, the weeds and all of the things that curb and restrain your own self. Make them come to the surface and look them in the eyes that they will no longer haunt you. Illusion, fantasies, or idealization must not guide you anymore. Intuition must guide you from now on. A clear perception is now required to get out of this lost garden, or else you will wander in here forever. This is about overcoming fears and fantasies and facing the dark side of the moon in one's soul and intuition. So, this is about pushing forward and determination and removing the illusions from the frame of mind. So, for the collective energy, the last card that they want me to read for you guys for the collective energy is the Star card. And you also have, it's funny because you have the Star, the Hierophant, and then the Sun, which is kind of a balance between the moon energy and, like I said, the moon energy being feminine and the masculine energy being the sun energy. And then again, you have the Hierophant to say these lessons are coming in. We are getting these divine downloads from Spirit Source right now for the masculine and the feminine within. And this is what is enabling us to heal within the self and integrate those parts of ourselves right now. And honestly, that is what is happening on this healing journey. For the end of the reading, we have the Star card. And this is about wishing upon a star. I am La Fée de la Nuit, and I am here to bring you an inspiration. Have faith in me. Wish upon a lucky star that shines above me. We are both blessing you. Our message is that nothing is impossible. Your future will be sweet, and your life has been rough on you. I heard, but now you can heal. All caterpillars turn into butterflies someday. Trust my wings that this is true. You're becoming a new you. How funny. Rebirth. I said that the caterpillar turning from one part of this, from going from one stage of the chrysalis to another. Life has been rough on you, I heard, but now you can heal. Trust my wings that this is true. You're becoming a new you. You must now focus on the deep meaning and purpose of your life. Your wishes will be granted. Though my magic waters, I announce that you will find what you learn for, and your dreams will come true. Believe in yourself and believe in your own luck. A star just like mine is now shining above your forehead. You will successfully accomplish your destiny. Renewal, lucky star, hope, dreams, blessings, and happiness. So, in the midst of despair, guys, what is coming in for you? Happiness. Happiness is coming in for you guys. A long-awaited happiness. So beautiful. So beautiful. So, let me see. I'm going to pull an Isis Oracle for you guys. I don't know. I'm still deeply connected to that energy of Hathor. I'm very much Isis today. So, let's get a message for the collective from the mini Isis Oracles, my pocketbook edition. All right. Final message. Final message for my divine soul Earth Warrior Collective. Alright, guys. Alright. Truths Unveiled. Okay, well, I love that. Alright. Oh my god, this is so beautiful. First of all, underneath the deck, we have the Flowers of Life. The Flowers of Life card. It's really beautiful. Flowers of Life says, you're entering a fertile period of your life. You're guided to think of yourself as a creative being and surrender your control over how things will manifest, and instead allow them to do so. Don't resist the change. Instead, go with the flow and let things happen. Nor, now is the time for your blossoming. So this is what we have coming in the flower moon, guys. And with the Truths Unveiled, you have Lord Anubis here, with Ma'at standing behind him. Actually, that's not Anubis. I don't know. Who is that? Horse-headed god. Oh, I'll find out later. Anyway, there are times when appearances of people, places, and things can be deceptive. You will sense this when something feels uncomfortable within you. When you notice feelings of anxiety or doubt within you, you may think that there is something wrong with you, but actually you are intuitively sensing that all is not as it appears to be. So trust what you feel and not what you see. All right, so that is a message from the divine to you guys about what it is that you're going to be feeling in these illusions where you feel like things don't look okay, but they don't. Things look okay, but they don't feel okay. So if you are feeling like things are not resonating with you and something else is resonating with you instead, this is about trusting your gut instincts and understanding that what is being revealed to you is what you're sensing and what feels uncomfortable within you. So what it is that feels uncomfortable within you is most definitely your intuitive sense telling you that things are not as they appear to be. So definitely pay attention to those messages that you guys are getting. And you also have the moon card here, which is symbolizing coming out of illusions. So this is what we're really, really working toward right now in these releases, by releasing the illusions and stepping into that light. And then here we have the Queen of Heaven, which is the divine empress of the skies, acknowledging feminine authority as a man or a woman. You have the life path of spiritual leadership to bring qualities of mercy and compassion and wisdom into the world. So messages from Mother Isis and the Flower of Life. So again, this is about you guys entering fertile periods of time, and it's time for you guys to be creative and surrender the control over how things are going to manifest. And this is part of that divine masculine energy in the shadow or the ego area where, you know, you kind of have to take precedence over your fears and take action toward the things that you want to manifest. Don't resist the change, you know. So if you're sitting there saying, well, I don't know if I love this person and I feel a great deal for this person, but I don't know, it's kind of saying, you either love the person or you don't. And you either want to be with the person or you don't. You either get a sexual pang toward a person or you don't. You either want to laugh and embody nature and enjoy your time spent with other people or you don't. It's just that simple. So, if you're thinking about going and taking a drive and you wind up at this girl's house or you wind up at this guy's house, well, that's exactly where the fuck you're meant to be. So by all means, if your heart is guiding you somewhere, by all means, let your heart guide the way, not your mind. Your mind is going to fuck you up and sit there and talk you out of the shit that you're supposed to be doing. So that's where you use your discernment. So if it's resonating, it's resonating. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Don't resist the change and go with the flow. So now you allow yourself to blossom and bloom. This is what this Scorpio moon energy is really all about. This is why they call it the flower moon. And it's time to watch yourself bloom and blossom and grow with love, perfect trust, and a perfect circle. I'm just kidding. I was thinking about Maynard there for a second. Sorry, guys. Sorry. My inner nerd just popped out. Anyway, this has been a message from brandinimojo at Tribal Awakening Ministry, and if you guys would like to book a personal reading with me, you can message me at pearlofthesea13@gmail.com. You can find me on Instagram at brandinimojo13. Please follow my Instagram. And give my boys from Tribal Awakening or Tribal Life Art and Raw Roots Juice, give them a like and a follow too, because those are my friends. And they support my channel and everything that I do, so give my boys a like and a follow. And thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for tuning in to these videos. I really do hope they help you over the next 28 days. That's when you'll see me again for the next full moon reading in whatever I haven't paid attention to just yet. But anyway, see you again in 2 weeks for a new moon update for what are we manifesting, or, you know, whatever feels good in that energy at that particular time kind of reading. Starting tomorrow, you guys will see new pop-ups for the astral reads I've been promising, and tomorrow my beautiful, beautiful tarot deck should be here from Switzerland. It's called the Magical Tarot of Correspondence. I can't wait to use these cards. I'm going to be implementing them into the astrological sign reads for you guys, because this is something that I need to quit procrastinating about, guys. I need to get this content out to you on a daily basis. At least one thing from me and Spirit on a daily basis to my channel here is goal, a dream I am trying to aspire and manifest for my channel to grow. But anyway, moving on. Anyway, I want to shout out love and light to you guys. Thank you guys again for tuning in and subscribing to my channel. The gratitude is in so much abundance, I can't even describe it in words, guys. So with that being said, this has been a message from brandinimojo at Tribal Awakening Ministry. Peace out.